Hey, what's up guys, TeamDemise Andy here, and today we're going to be doing my very first conspiracy or whatever type of video, and it's going to be behind Jewelry Bonney's backstory. Now, Bonney is a character that really excited me, considering she was the only girl of the worst generation, and my theory here is she is a lot younger than what what everyone thinks she is, and her past has a lot to do with being captured by the world government and mistreated as a child. Now, you can argue against if you think it is or isn't, but that's what I think, and I'm going to give some points down below. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but this is my first time doing one of these videos, so any recommendations or support or what I should do would be very much appreciated in the comments below. And go ahead and leave me a subscribe, guys. It means a lot to me, and I really do need them. I thank you a lot for everything you all have done, but let's go ahead and jump right on into this video.
Maybe you should pull the fucking trigger.
Pull the trigger. Ain't nobody gonna do for you.
Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about Jewelry Bonney, and I want to do a conspiracy kind of thing. Like, I don't know, I don't think it's right, but it's just a thought I had while watching one of Teching 101's videos about Bonney, and I think it could be a huge possibility here. So Bonney is a part of the worst generation, and her devil fruit is age manipulation. Now, it doesn't have an actual name, but it's probably just going to be like the age fruit or something like that. The part that I want to talk about, though, is her age. As you can see, her and her crew kind of wear like tight clothing and all this stuff, and her crew we never really get to hear too much about, except for we know they're not excessively strong because none of them have a high bounty. Now, Bonney was the only one of her crew who had a high bounty, probably due to her devil fruit. And the common consensus is that Bonney is a lot older than what she seems to be. But I think it might be the other way around. So, I'm going to give a few examples and show a few things, and hopefully you all will understand, or you'll think I'm crazy, and we'll jump into it together. So, before we get started, I do want to say, this video it's probably not right, like I said, so don't take anything I say as it happened or is fact. I'm just saying I think this could happen, and this is my opinion, and I want to get it out there before we find out the truth, because I think it could be really cool. Okay, so my very first point is, like I said, Jewelry Bonney and her crew all wear tight clothing, or clothing that's kind of like not fit for them. So when they revert back to a younger age, the clothing fits, as we seen when she did it with to save Zoro from the Celestial Dragon. Okay, so that kind of like shows that she could be younger, and they're just putting on a facade. That way, you know, maybe something could have happened. And my next point, she knows a lot about the government. She knows a lot. So I think that maybe in her past, they, like, her and her crew were like prisoners at like a marine base or something, or being experimented on, and Bonney saved her crew by using her devil fruit to make them look much older, and they got out somehow. I think that's how that happened, and that's why she has the whole grudge thing where she's like, I'll never forgive them, because maybe she lost someone very close to her or something like that. Now, the part that really gets me like thinking about this a lot is everyone seems to think she's older, but she has temper tantrums, she acts like a child, she has no form of manners, but yet she's kind of like in that stage of, like, you know, preteenish, where she knows what's right and wrong. Like, she knew to think quick, or they were going to have a freaking, you know, a war admiral, or not a war, they were going to have a marine admiral on their ass if she didn't stop Zoro from cutting down Charlos. Now, I just feel like people say that, you know, she would have had to been older to know that, but I feel like a preteen could have put that, you know, 2 and 2 together on that. But the thing that really set me off on this is it doesn't work with everything else. Because, like, people say, like, you know, she's related to Big Mom, or her and Ace were a thing, and that's why she cried at Whitebeard and Ace's funeral. But I've got a few things around that, too. When they first escaped, they might have ran into Big Mom, And Big Mom took a liking to Bonney just due to Bonnie's, charisma, the way she eats, her hair color maybe. She just took a liking to her. And maybe seeing potential in her devil fruit, so she decided, hey, I'm going to help you out. And that's why Bonney has a ship that looks like a cake. That kind of goes along there. And with the whole Ace thing, I don't believe that they had a relationship. I think that Bonney knew Ace. I think they had met, because we don't know a lot about Ace in the time where he was traveling looking for Blackbeard. We know bits and pieces here and there, but we don't know too much. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Akaninu. And we go back to this quote a lot throughout the series. I will never forgive him. Or forgive them or him or whatever. She's saying like a little kid, I'll never forgive you, I'll never forgive you. But as we've seen with Law and Luffy, or after they took out Doflamingo, she was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Well, maybe I'll forgive them, Like, it's like a little kid holding grudges. That's the way I feel about it, though. So now that I've gave a little backstory or plot why I think Bonney and her whole crew are a bunch of kid to teenagers, I'm going to just go ahead and throw all my bulletins out right now, and if you agree with me, hey, that's perfect. If you don't, let me know in the comments below. I really want to know what you all think, because, like I said, this is my very first conspiracy, or whatever you want to call it, but I just think it could possibly happen, and I just want to get my views out there on it. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so for my recap, I just want to go ahead and say this. I'm going to keep these short, sweet, and to the point, and I think I've got all these down, but, okay, so the first thing is, she's the only girl in the worst generation, so it kind of like throws something where she has to have a bigger meaning. Her crew is kind of weak, possibly. We don't know too much about them, but we know they get easily taken out by Blackbeard. Of course, Blackbeard is one of the strongest characters. The clothing, like I stated, she always kind of felt like a bigger deal to me. Like her, Law, Kid, and, Luffy, obviously, always felt like kind of like the bigger deals in the Sabaody archipelago. She knows a lot about the government, and apparently she knows how to escape the government a lot, as we've seen in the recent, where she got captured by Akaninu, but now she's safe again. We can easily explain the ties with Big Mom, like I said still, those are easy to explain if she was a lot younger. We can still explain the ties with Ace if she was a lot younger. The tantrums are a huge part of this, and her crew treats her like a savior. They do what they're told, like, on some crews they do that anyway, but, like, they treat her like a savior, like they actually saved her. So I feel like that's what it could be, but that's just my opinion, like I said.